What's going on, everybody? It's Ron Brown, LMT, the People's Fitness Professional, alongside my co-host,
Mikey Fever.
And this is a New Yorker's Perspective. Thank you for showing out this evening. We really appreciate you. This is our hip-hop show. I would like for you to like, comment, share, subscribe, join the family. We also have, what's up, Johnny? We also have, is the music too loud? The music is not too loud. Yeah, we also have super chat. Super chat. I need you guys to hit that super chat button. Support the family. We're working hard. NYP is an official business. This is an official business. All right, this is not just some YouTube situation. This is a real live business right now. We're trying to grow and grow and grow. Pause. You know what I'm saying? This is NYP super chat. Also on the audio, you can join and join our monthly subscription. I think it's about $3 a month just to support.
That's Lucy money,
chat.
people. That's kind of money.
Yes, also super chat. Don't forget that. Hold on. We are having trouble streaming. Your destination isn't possible. Oh man, damn. We're trying to.
Anybody can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. All right. So check it out. Like I said, man, that's gonna be a long introduction. I know all the time. I gotta remind you guys, super chat, please. We're trying to build and grow this thing. You know what I'm saying? Thank you all for coming out this evening. Mikey Fever, Shawnee, Clip, Trev in the building. Peace to the God. Awareness Daily. I really appreciate you for viewing us. Let's talk about it. What we have to talk about today. Let's go right into it. Hold on. Before we go into it, what happened? Who's that? Trev?
That beat is too tough.
That beat is super tough. Hold on. Before we go into it. Julio, Foolio. What's the subject for today? Julio, Foolio. What we got? Who else?
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Trev. I
can't hear y'all, so I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right. So what's going on, y'all, man? We got Vonoff1700, Dthang, Julio, Foolio, Rakim, and Chino XL to talk about. Hey, what's up? Yo. Travis back on.
Yeah. Something happened. Somebody called me, and then it blocked out the audio for some reason.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go right into it. Vonoff1700. Anyone in here know about Vonoff1700?
I'm lost, my brother.
Not at all. I saw the name and then.
All right, Vonoff1700 is a little young brother from. I don't want to call him little young brother, right? Because these are grown men now. Especially moving around like how he's moving around with wads of money, signing big contracts with hold on one second. Especially walking around with wads of money, getting signed to a big label. Vonoff1700, brother from Chicago. He wears glasses. People say he looks like Arthur. He always has a shiesty mask on with glasses. So imagine you have glasses, Shawnee. You have on glasses. Imagine you. Well, Shawnee, you already know who Vonoff1700 is.
I think Shawnee is on pause.
No, Shawnee can't hear. I don't think Shawnee can hear. But let's move on. I hold on one second. Yeah, so Vonoff1700 is a young guy from Chicago who signed a label deal. I forgot exactly who. I think Capital or something like that. And he talks about, he's a drill rapper. He's a drill rapper, and he talks about what everybody else talks about, killing and shooting, and he shot somebody on camera supposedly. But here's the thing about him: he could rap.
When you say rap, like he could put words together and it makes sense, and we would like it, or he could rap and put words together like Dr. Seuss.
I'm gonna say he's Dr. Seuss on ecstasy and Molly.
I don't want to hear that, man.
Yeah, I'm good on the Molly and ecstasy. I didn't even know ecstasy still exists, to be honest.
That's toilet water music.
I didn't know they were still doing.
I'm not even gonna comment on his music. My frequency is not on that plane of what a lot of these kids. Well, here's my thing. My frequency on a lot of these young dudes, I'm over it at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You know what I mean? They got their lane and they target who they target audience is, and that's cool. I ain't got no problem with that. Get your money. Do your thing. I'm tired of the shiesty mask. It's too hot outside. It's summertime. Take that shit off. It's just too hot. Like, you sweat. Your skull is sweating. Like, this is why your brain is. This is why your music sound the way it sounds, because your skull is hot. Like, take
I've been wondering what's the mask about. Like, it doesn't make sense. But he's trying to hide a herpes in your face. You got herpes or something?
That's the look. You know, you got everybody wearing a shiesty mask. That's the trend for the young generation. Cool. That's your thing. Cool. I'm just over it. That's all I'm going to say.
Their wardrobe is wild. I saw a nigga with a hoodie and long john shirt on. It was 90 the other day. I was like, yo.
I have seen that too.
And then in the wintertime, y'all wearing shorts and vests.
And slippers outside.
It's wild. It's
wild. What though? You know what? Like, I realized with each generation, there's something that the next generation, with each generation is something that the older generation doesn't like. So, you know,
I get that part, but even though we dress for the season, we ain't wear shorts in the winter in January.
Mm-hmm. But guess what we did do? Wow. We wore army fatigue and Timberlands in the summertime.
Yes, I still, I haven't done that in a while, but
that's still not wearing army fatigue. But you still had different grade of army fatigues. You had light, not so heavy army fatigues. Then you had real heavy army fatigues. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It still is not a Scully in a hoodie in 95-degree weather.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Now I haven't seen a Scully I don't think it's a Scully. I think it's a mask rolled up like this. But maybe these kids are really out here. Remember, it's cool now to be a killer. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, I think K Born was saying this. Everybody was different back in the days where you had a dancer, you had a bebop dude, you had a rapper, you had a killer, you had a drug dealer, you had a pimp. Like, there was different personalities. You had a chess player, you had somebody who was doing real good in school, a basketball player. Now everybody, what's cool is to be a killer right now. Would you blame that on the industry?
A bunch of accident murderers.
I don't blame it on the industry, no.
You know what I also know, though? A lot of that shit is just costume. Because a lot of those kids, and I spoke about this on a post, I did a video about this. A lot of those kids are still the chess player, are still the smart kid, are still the basketball player, but they disguise it because they want to fit in. But under all those clothes, they still have that childlike innocence somewhere. And a lot of them are living in 2-parent homes, regardless of if the parent. So that I disagree with you with that one, Ron, because a lot of these following suit, but when they get home, I'm pretty sure they're taking out the garbage, washing the dishes, coming home at a decent hour.
Can I say a majority of them are accident murderers?
Mm-hmm.
They endanger people's lives, shooting, untrained to shoot. They spraying and praying.
I
can't say that because my generation, nobody was going to gun ranges.
That's what I mean. Like, a lot of dudes, like, especially with them, they accident murderers. And as you said, it's a lot of cosplay. Some are afraid to display their intelligence because intelligence is frowned upon depending on what community you in.
Right.
you know, or your circle. They frown upon that, and a lot of them are, you know, we live in a predatory environment. You know what I'm saying? Many of these children that come outside, these young dudes could be victims of sexual abuse, abuse from home,
True.
and such. You know, they don't know how to express it. There's no outlet.
Well,
Right. That's why I don't. Pardon me, Trev. Go ahead. You got something to say?
now I would just a lot of variables about why these kids act or look the way they look. You know, we don't know. But me personally, I just feel like under all that, the exterior, there's a lot to them, more than what they show. They just trying to mask it and be tough, and there's really no need for it. You know what I mean? Because like K-Bon said, they are the chess players. There's some, I would say there's some pimps in there, because a lot of chicks follow certain, the boys or the girls, whatever. But it's still all that within, under all the clothes and that exterior that they try to, hide.
Yeah. Well, this is why I don't down them at all. Like, and I kind of I don't immerse myself in their generation and their culture of this generation, but I definitely like to see what's going on with the younger generation, because we all were young at one point, and there were a lot of crazy stuff I used to do. It's crazy things I used to wear. You know what I'm saying? Crazy things I used to do. I used to, back in the days, younger, spazzing out on people, going crazy, talking crazy, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then older people would look at me like, yo, chill. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a while to kind of like calm down a little bit. And even to this day, I'm still a little, I could be on edge at times. You know what I'm saying? So
PTSD.
All that. You know what I'm saying? So
it's just a Hall of Fame. Ain't nothing.
so
I got one more thing too. No disrespect to them, but a majority of these young dudes can't throw hands. You see how they throw their hands up?
At all.
I don't know about that. Some of these dudes.
No, yeah, I can't say that. I don't know. I've never really seen them scrap to say they can or can't, what they can or can't.
Remember, these guys are going to Rikers Island still. You know what I'm saying?
Out of these circles, I don't know. They probably could throw hands, but you got to remember, they're in an era where throwing hands ain't the thing to do. You're not going to be honest with your hands and record me getting beat up. I'm gonna pop you. That's the mentality. You're not going through all of that.
But you got to think about it. In New York City, I would think that for the majority of the kids out here, I don't know anywhere else. I don't know about anywhere else, but the majority of kids out here would still be on that knuckle game, because the gun laws out here are very strict.
But they don't even care about the gun laws. They just doing them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, and they're not trying to, like I said, they're not trying to get embarrassed on camera and have their face everywhere on social media of the kid getting beat up. So they letting it fly. They rather die than be exposed as a laughing stock on social media.
Now I want to keep going with Vonoff1700. Vonoff1700 just signed to some label. I forgot the name of the label, right? But it's a hold on a second. I gotta pull this up. Vaughn. Yeah, I gotta see what's going on, because
new records with Columbia.
Right. And he got signed by like a new executive, like under 40. He was just in some kind of magazine for under 40. I forgot the guy's name, European dude. But my thing is this, like even Empire Records, I think that's the name of the record company, right? Empire Records.
A lot of people on Empire, you'd be surprised.
Now, here's the thing though. It's like people from other communities, they come in, not come in. I'm gonna say they exploit the youth, right? Because they know that it's gonna they see the value in ratchetness, if you will, right? In drill music and talking about killing people on record. Right. Now, even though this is like issue in our community, this doesn't help the community in any way, shape, form, or fashion. They're gonna come in and they're gonna exploit our people as they usually do. And my thing is, what are we gonna do about it? Are we gonna say anything about it? Like, I think that's why it's important to keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on in the industry, in the streets, etc. So it's our community. You get what I'm saying? So like being that this guy Vaughn from 1700, remember these guys are moving around too. He's from Chicago, but he's in New York, beefing with New York dudes.
And that won't last.
Not at all.
So
I mean,
labels are going to sign any type of ignorance that they think is going to generate money.
right.
So if he has a deal right now, cool. Salute to you. You got a deal, young man. I don't know what your deal details of. I don't know what type of contract you got. I don't really know what your percentage of your money is. All we know is you signed the record deal. Cool. Record deals get signed every day. That ain't nothing special. Now, after you sign your record deal, you're a slave to the label now. So the thing is what are you going to do to not make yourself a slave to the label? How long do you think your run or your wave is going to last? Because you might be hot, you might come with a few records that take off, and that's cool. How long do you think it's going to last with this image?
2 years. 2 years. I give him 2 years.
In 6 months, it's going to be another artist that gets signed that we talk about that looks wackier than him. It's just at this point, it's just the labels. The labels aren't about authenticity no more.
No,
so
there's no more A&Rs.
They're gonna sign a bunch of gimmicks. That's part of the game. So it's like, all right, cool. The culture, the hip hop culture is still here. The people are gonna select the ones that are truly authentic, and this always happens. No matter what fad is trending, no matter what pops off, the people are gonna gravitate to what they feel is authentic.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really worry about it because our community is going to be our community. It's about to get real rough for our community. So real soon, I give it a year and a half. It's going to be real rough for our community with everything that's going on in this country.
That's a fact.
So our community is about to change, and it's about to be a shift. It's about to be a shift in music too. It's about to be a shift in everything, and it's coming, and people better get ready for it because this happens in hip hop culture. Every 5 to 10 years, it's a shift. And it's going to be a real shift.
I agree with you, Clip, and I feel like that shift is going to come. The shift already came. It's already begun because you got the Afro beats.
Yes,
right? They're signing. You hear the drill rappers. You don't see them on tour. It's hard for them to make any tour money because people get tired of that. Regardless of how hype you want to be, you're gonna get tired of that. So that change has already started with the Afro beats. I'm noticing now, and I'm gonna say this here: Japan.
Yes, hip hop
culture in Japan right now is literally gravitating to lyricism and authentic hip hop. So that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna stop looking at the states and look in other countries like they've been doing and sign somebody that's more global, because you can't take a person from Chicago like that making the same type of kill music all day. My ops. That's not going to fly in England and Japan and China and try to move. That's only going to go but so far. You're only going to do a couple of festivals, maybe a summer jam in each state, and then you're done. You're not you won't go past the Atlantic Ocean with the nonsense. So labels are definitely looking to see what's in other countries because it's happening. That shit has already happened. Has already started.
There were reports about that a few months ago when Ebro was saying that they're looking to sign more Latin artists.
Yeah, labels are only looking to sign hip hop acts like that. The people that's going to sign hip hop acts and quality hip hop acts are going to be quality hip hop artists who are already established.
Exactly.
Those are the ones that's going to put out what they feel is authentic to the culture, and that's where we're going to get a shift. The shift is already here, but you got to see that when shifts happen, they don't happen immediately. They happen over gradual time, but the shift is here.
Right.
So
exactly.
Like
they're gonna find some Japanese.
You can see already the ratchet female era is dying out.
It's a fact.
So it's basically about to be over because nobody wants to hear that all day long. It's cool for every once in a while, but it's gonna fade out.
You can pop your pussy, but so much at this point.
And the thing with these labels, they always view gangster rap as, it's the biggest export as far as entertainment, hip hop, and they trying to replicate a Tupac and 50 Cent because that frenzy that 50 had them in 2003, labels are trying their best to replicate that. They're like, yo, how can we get this going again?
You can't replicate something that was authentic. It came from the ground. It came from the soil. You cannot replicate that. So that has to happen organically.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like, make these buzzes, these kids gonna make their buzz on their own. It's gonna be a young artist, it's not gonna be an older one. It's gonna be a young artist that's gonna be authentic. It's gonna be a kid in New York City that's rapping about real life struggles and real life things that's going on in modern New York, and it's gonna connect.
Right.
And when it connects, that's when you're gonna see a shift, because all the young kids, well, not even young kids, but what young people do is they usually follow trends. When the trend starts to get hot, everything else is going to fall. So if it becomes party right now, you know, everybody's still in the party phase, party drill phase.
Yep.
Once that settles and the kids start rapping about what's really going on, because all of it is a front. When the real life, because you can't escape real life. I don't care what you try to do, real life will always be here. And when that comes back around, because it happens all the time in hip hop. When the real life comes back around, you're going to see a total shift in music.
You know when real life hit them, Clip?
R&B is coming back, and the same with hip hop is going to quietly get back to a certain point. It ain't going to be what it was of the 90s and not like that, but it's going to get to a certain point where it's going to be like, oh, I can get with this.
Now, do you so would you say Vaughn off of 1700 will be out of here in about a couple years?
Yeah.
I would say but I gotta listen to him just to hear him, because I really neglect the drill music. If it's really, I'm gonna be honest with you, if it's not nothing promoted, let's say what's the nigga name that's after Pop Smoke, that Mace managed,
Fabio.
Yeah,
Fabio, yeah.
He pops up every now and again because he's the new drill king or whatever you want to call it after Pop or whatever. So
New York,
yeah, I hear him. But prior, like, I don't know nobody from Chicago outside of Dirk. I would have to really listen. And if the song is what I normally hear, the rhetoric, then I'm probably going to pass and be like, okay, next.
I can tell you if an artist is going to last just based off their interview. I don't even have to hear their music. I just get to feel how you speak to people in your interviews. If you know,
well, you can't base it off that, because you got to think about it. Chief Keef was a terrible interview.
And how long has he? And where's he at?
He's one of the biggest artists coming out of Chicago. They call him a legend.
No, he's a legend
in Chicago. But right now, what was his last record that was really impactful?
Bang, and that was some years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
He recently had an album that came out, and the thing about Chief Keef, I think, what makes him smart and a little different, he does the drill music, right? But he does like the Kendrick shit, pop out and then hide. You know, but his last album is all independent. He does all his beats, all his music, all the engineering. So he's just collecting all the money, whether he's platinum or not. That's the only smart thing I think.
I might be talking about record sales, right? His business sense could be his business sense. I'm saying his impact right now currently in hip hop is not really like he created the drill impact. Him and a few others helped usher in the drill impact. So his impact is already there for that era. For right now, he hasn't done anything that was impactful currently. Like the culture moved on from him.
Well, you know I got one thing to tell him. Listen to this one record. When he hit this one line, 1985 arrived. J. Cole. If they go back and listen to that album, Cole said it. You guys not gonna survive that long. Remember that album?
Like the Chicago drill impacted New York and impacted a lot of other couple of other places. But overall, New York drill music ain't really making that much money either. It's just popular here, but it ain't really generating a lot of money.
Not at all.
There's too much beef in drill music to generate money.
Right. Now check this out. That's a good point. Now, but the drill music coming out of New York, I mean, one of the biggest songs right now is Beckham, and it's popping right now. So we're gonna move on from Vonoff1700. This is a good segue into New York hip hop or drill music. Vonoff1700, y'all gotta hear that dude. He can rap. It's Dr. Seuss Mother Goose, but he knows how to finesse it. He can rap. He knows, he's got a good flow. He's got a good he's a professional. I would say he knows how to get on beats. he knows how to do tracks. That's why he got signed there. I'm gonna say he does have a little talent. I'm gonna say he has talent, but his vocabulary and subject matter is like.
I just want to say, getting signed don't mean you got talent. Because Sexy Red got signed, and she's not really that talented.
Ice Spice.
Sure, that's Ron Shorty, man.
Who Sexy Red?
Yeah, Ron's fine attractive.
Yo, but now check this out. I want to go into Dthang real quick. Dthang is a guy from River Park Towers. River Park Towers. He got locked.
He's Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay. I you know what's crazy? I was in River Park Towers probably a couple months back, and I saw him, didn't know who he was. My wife's brother was like, yo, that's Dthang. I'm like, who? And you just kept saying his name. I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. Another Spanish kid out of the Bronx. Only person I really respect out of the Bronx that's Spanish is Fat Joe.
I ain't gonna do all that. I ain't gonna say all that. That's
wow.
From the Bronx, but
they're gonna attack you, brother.
Yeah, you crazy.
On your push-ups and all that.
You're gonna matalo.
Yo, but Dthang is a Spanish kid from River Park Towers. I think he's a YG. I think it's really interesting because I started hearing little remnants of YGs in like the early 2000s. People were like flipping from blood going into being YGs, and I thought it was a joke at first, but then years later, this thing is like huge in the city. I'm like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? But the YG, he's from the YGs, and River Park Towers. He got locked up, came out killing it. He's now working with French Montana, and the thing I like about him is what all the crap he talks about in his records. First of all, is his real life. That's one. So the authenticity is there. Two, he's just like a real person. If you listen to him talk in interviews and stuff like that, he's just keeping it real. And he freestyles. Like it's not like written, and then he's coming to the cipher with the rhymes. He's rhyming off the top of his head. Now, is it KRS One level? No way, it's not. But at least he's still keeping a culture alive at his age. He's like in his early 20s, and that's the thing I respect about him. He's on the rise with y'all got to check him out. Dthang. I really respect his handle and what's going on with him.
I feel like all kids from New York could that's engraved in this culture. They have that skill. It's already embedded in them, right? I feel like the rapping skill of New York City will always be embedded in the kids because that's a culture that's naturally here. So I don't judge them based upon some of the gimmick records that they make. I know a lot of these kids can rap. That's just not what's popping for them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like here, just coming from this place, the way that we rap, New York has a certain style of rap that it's in our DNA for those that come from it. He comes from the Bronx. So if you from the Bronx is the pure essence of what hip hop is to this day. It's just what it is.
He lives down the block from Cedar Park. He's from down you literally Cedar Park, 5-minute walk from his building. Yeah, so he's literally a hip hop head, right? So even though it might be semi-drill, he's doing what's popping in the city. But he's still a hip hop head. You still have to hear these records play. Like New York City has a tendency to we think about what's playing on the radio, but we forget that in the streets, the old hip hop records are still getting spun on a regular. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at things like that, I know what these young kids are capable of talent-wise. I just want them to start rapping about other things besides what's popping. Because it's popping right now, but what happens? What's next? Are you going to create a wave or are you going to jump on a wave? That's the thing that I'm worried about. Like,
yeah, we all could jump on a wave that's already here and popping, but the era that we came from, our artists that was breaking out and coming through, they were all coming up with their own original wave.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to figure it out. Like, oh, hold on, that wave is it sounds kind of different, but it's kind of dope. What's this?
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear from the young generation. I never knock their talent because they all got talent. I just want to see what wave are you going to create that's your own lane. Where I can where if I turn on the radio, if I hear a record playing, it sounds different from the last record. Where I'm like, now you hear records, you be like, I don't know who none of these cats is because they all sound the same.
Sound like Batman Return.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. I don't knock them kids. I want them to win. I want them to get out of poverty-stricken situations and all of that. I just want y'all to be a little bit more different. Just be different from your homeboy. You and your homeboy don't gotta rap the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, Tyree. Yep. I'm listening. Islam, it's really sad hearing music about murders and people glorifying it as if it's good music is just crazy. Tyree. Yep.
Hip hop, the lyrics reflect the lifestyle.
Music has been glorifying killing since we've been able to record music. You just gotta really go back and really listen to some of them
national anthem.
Some of them old records, them old blues records and jazz records, they was rapping about sleeping with people's girls and killing their husbands and all of that other thing. That's just part of what music is. It's a representation of what happens in real life.
Right.
Now,
it's way worse than it was back then, though.
I can't even say it's way worse because we had a song. We was running around as kids talking about throw your guns in the air and buck like you just don't care. I hate you.
I'm talking about the 90s. The 90s. With the 90s, we can't say nothing about we can't say nothing about this generation in the 90s. The 90s crazy killer music.
We just wasn't going out throwing out guns in the air, really.
Some
people were though, bro.
Getting shot up.
Shotgun, shoot 'em up, baby. It's the same thing.
True.
It's the same thing, bro.
We really looked at it as entertainment. A lot of it was pure entertainment. Even though there was some, like Ron said in the beginning, there was the killers, there was the party people, there was that we knew, like people knew who was who. You know, back. So when you heard songs like that, it was like, oh, that's my shit. Oh, that's cool. Only thing niggas did was really copy the style as far as fashion. Because there was a lot of bald head niggas running around when Onyx came out. I ain't gonna hold you. You know, when Mace came out, I definitely got a do-rag, a brush, and
but see, Trev, this is what I'm trying to say. When
when we heard the kid, because even if you listen,
I don't know about that, Trev. Hold on.
A lot of people
know about that, bro.
Yo,
time out. Hold up. Yo, hold up. Yo, Trev. I'm gonna tell you this, bro.
I hear you.
When Onyx is talking about throw your guns in the air,
did you have a gun?
People was analyzing those guns.
I hear you,
especially that Tech 9. A Tech 9 back in those days was the gun. How did we see those Tech 9s? We saw them on movies. Black movies, and we saw them on hip-hop's covers and
Boys in the Hood.
But all right, so let me say this then. We 50 years in with hip-hop. Onyx came out in what? 90 what?
91, 92.
91, 92. So hip-hop was still a baby. You know what I'm saying? Was literally a baby. So, like I said, we did have the killers in the 90s. Of course, we all, but we knew who was who. So even a killer would be like, yo, fam, just enjoy the music. You go to school, you knew how I was. You was walking certain, you go to school, you get off the, get out of here. Get away from me. It's different. Now it's like, then it was a total different era when, that's just entertainment. They're not doing that. Go cut your hair bald. Cool, go to school. You go play football. You stick to reading. You go over here. You know what I mean? It was like that.
Hold up.
I mean, I
hold
get
up.
what
Hold
Hip hop
up.
had it
Hold
had
up.
its phases.
We gotta talk about it. Yo, Clip. Hold on, bro. Clip. I don't know where y'all went to school. I don't know where y'all went to school, right?
Mhm.
But even in junior high school in IS 195, I saw guns
all the time, all the
Yep.
time,
all the time.
all the
Yep.
time,
Robberies.
all the
All
time.
Robberies
It was
were
regular.
actually a hobby.
Yeah, it was a regular thing uptown.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We're being real, right? I was one of those kids out there doing that. It happened to me. I'm like,
See,
you
there
know
you
what?
go, Mike.
My
No,
crew-
he wasn't.
my-
Come on, Mike. You
Mobb
gotta
Deep.
keep it low.
Nah, I'm be honest. Mobb Deep, it had listen. Mobb Deep had me wilding out. It was Mobb Deep, Tupac, the Damu Riders album. Had us on some real. You know what I'm saying? The Locks, DMX. But I'm telling you,
No, but I'm saying had experiences, but we also knew what our lane was. Deep down inside, we knew I ain't no killer. I ain't no robber like that. We knew who was who. Like people, like I knew people on my block. I knew this dude. He was a certified robber. I know, but we knew who was who back then. Even though you say it's a hobby, we knew we wasn't part of that. Like,
Man, listen, I grew up in Grand Projects. I seen it all. Just let you know, like I seen it all. Like I seen it all before the age of 10. So it's like,
because a lot of the shit that I saw was around Grand Projects.
You're gonna see that.
I'm telling you, the hip hop back then, certain lyrics were getting people beat up.
Bro.
We were the first projects in New York City that they put cameras in. Just plain like
you.
I'm saying, it was a wild time.
I'm telling you, Flatbush, certain rap songs will get you beat up.
Yeah.
Certain dudes hear a rhyme, you walking down like,
Yeah,
who that peeking at my window? Dude could be walking, they sizing dudes up. You know what I'm saying? Buck him down. When boot camp.
Remember when Shook Ones came out? Mobb Deep joint. When you was walking down the block, you could not look down. You got to look at everybody.
That's a fact because you can't be a Shook One, bro.
New York was a wild time. It was. I tell people this time. New York was worse during those days than it is now.
Yeah.
We adults and most of us got kids, so we look at things differently because most of us got kids. So we looking at it from a parent's perspective now, right? But when we was kids in the heart of that, it was nothing to us. Like, all right, whatever. This is regular life.
Nah, I seen the shift when 50 came back on the scene with the mixtapes. Dudes, I like too many dudes listen to these mixtapes are getting psyched out. They're going crazy. Like dudes are getting stuffed. Like I was at a party in the Hamptons, and when Wangster came on, I never knew white boys were wild like that. When I seen white boys stomping dudes out, I'm like, this is something else. This is something like off of hip hop, and it was that C Murder song, because I'm down with that's. Nuck if you buck wild. How many girls fight? How many girl fight you seen in clubs? Girls fighting to that song.
Type of fight. What I'm saying is, this hip hop goes like every generation goes through their rough era. Like it's just what it is. Like I don't knock these kids for what was going on in their life. This is the generation they got to deal with. This is what they can't control. That they got to be outside where everybody got a blick on them.
Right. That's Ron. Let's not forget Ron.
Through.
The Gods. Shout out to the Gods.
Think about that.
Brand Nubian came out with pumps.
Let's keep it up.
Beat down.
Salute to the Gods and Earths, but they was terrorizing people. Let's not act like he wasn't out here. Let's not act like.
And we'll give you a lesson after. And we'll give you a lesson.
Hold on. But let's clear this up because some of the Gods and Earths be watching.
Listen, I know listen, I love them. Don't get it twisted. I got nothing but love and respect for the Gods, a 1,000,000%. But let's act like the Gods know they would. If you violate, they would terrorize you. They'll tear you. They wasn't going out looking for trouble, but if you said the wrong thing to the God, off with your head. Be like, that's just what it was.
That we understood. They knew their mathematics.
Yeah.
They knew they had to get busy. And
if
you need to know both sides.
Stay at 85. Don't try to be. Don't try to perpetrate to be the part of the 5. Because if you wasn't,
they call it a job pretender.
And I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
A job pretender.
I'm gonna tell a story.
Yeah.
If any God is listening from the year 96 on Eastern Parkway, Labor Day weekend, I seen a God put hands on somebody, wrapped his hands around a person's neck, and say, "Brother, should I take this brother out?" He went from being cool to start saying, "Brother." He had to do by the jugular like this, and he's like, "Brother, I don't want to hurt you, brother."
God. Yeah, I remember the God started in Harlem. So you got to remember, like, a lot of people don't know that in Harlem they was there, but they was in the mix with everybody else. It was a different type. In Harlem, it was a different type of thing. It would be like, I'm super fly, I'm this and that, I hang with the hustlers, but I'm God. And don't play with me because I'm gonna tear your head off. It was a different type of thing up here.
Do it clean too, bro. Very smart. They'll do it with class.
Now I want to move on to Julio, Foolio, then go Rakim and Chino XL, because I know you brothers want to talk about that. Chino XL and Rakim. Now Julio, Foolio, his killers were just found, I believe. It was between a crew, I think it's called 1200. I don't know what's up with these 1700 and 1200, but it's some kind of crew called 1200 out of Jacksonville, Florida. So apparently they trailed him, they followed him from Jacksonville all the way to Tampa, Florida. They had a woman that was a part of Julio Foolio's circle that was invited to this circle, and she lined them up, and everywhere they went, she notified them, and the killers came out and killed Julio Foolio. Rest in peace to that brother.
Good old backdoor.
Of course, the back door. Now, sad thing that happened to him. I just, I can't really, we really can't really kick the kids or the younger people, because in the 90s, bro, if the fucking social media existed, my man, bro, it would be, we can't say nothing. We can't say nothing about what those kids are doing. Only thing we can do is
only thing I can say is this: we weren't disrespecting the dead. We might have been wilding, but we was not disrespecting the dead.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing I will say about our era. We was wild, but when somebody died, we left it there. Right? We didn't go past and shoot videos of people's grave sites or go to grave sites and destroy their grave sites, and we didn't do those things. Right? Now, Julio Foolio was doing the most. Rest in peace to the young brother, but at the end of the day, that karma came back to you. And remember, what the energy you give out, that energy will come back to you 1,000%.
Boomerang.
He was doing way too much violation. And you can only live but so long with violations like that. It happened. I don't care who you are. I don't care how real you think you are. I don't care how gangster or tough you are. I don't care how many guns you got. That energy will always come back to you. You cannot run from that energy. So the more energy you put out like that, it will come back to you. I'm not surprised he got locked up. Look at what you're doing. You don't know the chick you lining up. You violated people today. You don't know whose family is connected to this person. You don't know who feel a certain way about that. So, in coming from the real streets, you should know better, because the streets would teach you that you can't just violate any and everybody, because you don't know who knows who.
Exactly. Because somebody come here from down south, you won't even know. You know what I mean? But that's the labels again encouraging that, because they just go on by. Somebody get killed. All right, who's next?
Life insurance. They collect life insurance off of them.
Because I'm pretty sure whatever Julio was signed to, they got the next 5 drill rappers sounding and looking like him ready. All right, he's gone. Which one of y'all want to be next? Me. Here's 100,000. Go show this on camera. Here's a gun. Next. And it's a revolving door.
Right. Now let's talk about, so rest in peace to that dude, Julio Foolio. Shouts out to Florida, Jacksonville.
Shout out to my people in Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a cool place, but it's also a wild place. Don't get caught slipping out there. That's what it is.
I don't want.
I didn't know it was that wild, bro. I was out there some years ago. I'm just walking around like whatever.
I didn't see nothing too crazy. because you're a New Yorker, so you won't pay. You're not paying attention to it because we, New York, our hood, we look at hoods from a different perspective. And when we go out of places, we be minding our business anyway. I ain't thinking about what y'all got going on, so we don't really notice it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's like that when I went to Texas. I didn't know I was in the hood in Texas. I'm like, hoods have houses? Like,
Yeah.
I'm walking around.
They have they come out them houses. It's a different energy.
Different, man.
No shirt on, some dreads, and you be like, "Oh, my bad. I know where I'm at now."
Now I want to go into Rakim's new album and Chino XL. Rest in peace to Chino XL. Anyone's heard Rakim's new album?
I heard 3 tracks so far. It's tough.
One listen, several
I
listens.
heard it. I'm gonna say this. It's basically a Rakim produced project, so it's not really him rapping a lot, right? I was kind of disappointed as a Rakim. As a Rakim fan, I was kind of disappointed, and my only disappointment really was I wanted to hear you rapping with the artist that's featured on it. I get it that you was on your producer kick and you was networking and getting everybody together, and that's cool. I love that part of the album. I just wanted to hear the God go in with some of these other spitters. Like that record with 38 Special, I don't know why you ain't on that, God. Come on, God. Like
that's a producer.
Oh, come on, B. I'm a producer, so I get it. But my thing is, come on, God, you the architect of what all of them is doing.
That's coming from a producer's perspective.
Yeah, you the architect for this whole rhyme patterns and switches that these boys is doing. You supposed to be in there like, yo, I'm the grandfather of this. Let me show y'all what this is. You know what I'm saying? Like, just even if you ain't had the best verse, you still gotta let them know where it came from.
Let me ask you something. Do you feel like I didn't give the album a thorough listen? I listened to it once. Do you feel like this is just the first album just to get a feel of what this new streaming era is for him? And
I believe so.
Because he might
add on to that
on the next one. If he come out, I think he'll probably just say, all right, cool, I could produce. I like this beat. I did this. I can improve here. You think something else is coming, and then you're gonna get what you really asking for right now? Like he might give you a song, "Come On, God," and then you're gonna be wrong, gonna be hitting buttons, and you're gonna go crazy. You think you're gonna get that?
I don't know. Rakim 56 years old, bro. I don't know.
But if he's rapping at 56, he can still rap at 57.
No, what I'm saying is I don't know if he's gonna put out another album because my thing is took him like a whole decade and a half to put this one out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Me personally,
like his last album was 2009, bro.
But I think these artists now, being that I don't think we really understand streaming and how you get money from it. So I think that's what really stops them from really putting music out because they don't understand. Even though he's older,
he ain't gonna see no real bread. His network ain't gonna see no real bread from streaming. And that's not to hate on him and say he's not talented. It's just his generation of artists are not popular in the streaming world. His catalog, his previous catalog from the 80s and all that is popular in the streaming world because of nostalgia.
Right.
People get back those records for nostalgia. But for the new era, he's not gonna get a big abundance wave of streaming. So he what I'm thinking is what he should have did was hop on these records, get these little features off, get the artists that want to feature with you, and do these couple of shows and get your bread as a legacy act. Because
I know, but what I'm saying, is being that
or for streaming.
But being that he's independent and he's doing music and the production, he might make more money with the little bit of sales that he did when he was on a major. You know what I'm saying? So he might just trying to, get his feet wet.
I can see that, but the way the streaming numbers pay out, I don't see him really seeing no real bread from streaming. You get less than a penny per stream. You gotta have 1 billion streams to even see damn near $40,000.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you really going to see from that? Like, I felt like this could have been him to highlight himself to be with some of the young artists and some of the older artists. Collaboration album, cool. Y'all all make these records, and then you go on your little local, you know, I'm not gonna say the chitlin circuit run, but you go and do your legacy acts as far as on shows and get bread with some of these young dudes like 38 Special and you know what I'm saying, and Sky Zoo, and get a couple of, you know, nice little checks for that. And be good. You in your 50s, you know how to manage your money at that point. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got really too much to really worry about. Your legacy already cemented. You know what I'm saying? And when you doing that, you bringing a younger crowd who fucks with some of these young boys, some of these younger acts, they get a chance to see exactly who they got it from. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't really know who Rakim really is. There's a lot of people out here that never heard of Rakim. Surprising.
There was a lot of people, I think, when he stopped rapping the first time.
Yeah.
Well, yo, I want to say this about the Rakim album. It was trash.
I ain't gonna say it was trash. I ain't gonna do all that.
Ron is damn, Ron. Yeah. Ron just always got to better with this, Ron, with the Kim. Wow.
It's better than that. Ooh, baby. It's better than that trash.
Look, hold on. I'd rather listen to Dthang. Yo, but check it out. I'd rather listen to Dthang than listen to that Rakim album.
It's better than Ice Spice. It's better than Meg Thee Stallion. It's better than
all of that. But I don't think Rakim messes with Dthang.
Wow, bro.
Yo, but look, check it out. The reason is because it seemed like, all right, it's Rakim. Rakim wants to do this. Like, it seemed like Rakim either didn't have any help or had too much help with the creation of this joint, because it sounded like, all right, this is an album. I'm gonna just throw this together, put that there, and boom, voila, that's the album. No, it wasn't well thought out. Like the way the artists were even like they had Nipsey Hussle and who else on the record? Nipsey Hussle. When you go back and listen.
Verse is hard though. That Nipsey Hussle verse is hard.
The Nipsey Hussle verse was hard. I mean, of course, like look, 38 Special, you know that he's gonna come off. You pause. You know, Nipsey Hussle gonna kill it. You know, all the artists, they had Compton Menace on there. Compton Menace didn't sound bad either. You know what I'm saying? So all the artists that they had on there were pretty much top tier artists. I just think that the way it was organized on the album, it was just put to just like thrown together. It wasn't really well thought out, and the beats were okay. You could knock it in the car loud, you know what I'm saying? But you know, after that, you know what I mean, you put it away, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm going back to that album like, yo, let me hear that again. It was just like Ghostface last album, like, yo, no disrespect to the 4-5. Hold on, real quick. I just want to say this real quick, Trev. Real quick. I just want to say this to the forefathers and everybody that been spitting and rhyming all their life. I've been a listener all my life too, though. I've been a consumer all my life too. So I'm saying a lot of y'all older dudes that put albums out, the shits be whack, and the only reason why people rock with them is because it's you. Because if Rakim wasn't if his name wasn't Rakim and you put another name on that joint, it'd be like, I'm not really. I'm not really feeling that. Bro. That last Ghostface joint, shit was trash. Come on, stop playing, man. Y'all, come on, man. I love all of them. I love the Wu-Tang. Woo, how you throw it up? Woo, soo, all that. You know what I mean? I love all
the 1,000 grams. Is it to remember?
Yeah, it was okay to me. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't his best.
It was trash, bro. Stop it. Stop this shit. Stop this shit. These dudes putting out lackluster albums because they home in a nice big mansion in front of a fireplace right now.
Hungry anymore.
They told fiddling and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They need to be when they was hot when they ain't have a whole lot of money. That's the thing. You know, the hunger's not there. They're older people. What are they gonna rap about? Colonoscopies and all of that. You know what I'm saying? They can't do that. So I get it. I get it. Hold on. I want y'all to name a rapper right now that's over 40s putting out crazy material.
Nas.
Over 40? Nas, easily. Nas easily.
Who else?
Who
Nas.
else outside of Nas?
Fat
First of
Joe.
all, let me tell you,
Who?
Fat Joe.
I'm gonna be honest.
Fat Joe. Yeah.
Fat
Rick Ross.
Nas.
Rick Ross.
I like Big Hits album.
Big Hit album is tough.
Hit Boy.
Big Hit album is tough.
Oh, big. Oh, the
Exactly.
one with Game, right?
Yeah, Big Hit album is no.
Yeah.
He got a whole album with Alchemist and Hit Boy.
I got
Fire.
you, like the one he's like, I got your back, Fade. You got my back, Fade. And that one here.
Who else? Oh, the Dog Pound. The Fire album. Like, there's a lot of rappers over 40 plus putting out some crack.
Okay. Now you just named some.
Yeah.
Huh?
Common just put out.
Yeah, Common. And Pete
Okay.
Rock.
Now all those people you said that you just named, right?
Mhm.
All those people you just
I
named.
still like.
Put them again. Put those same albums you talking about. Listen to those same albums. Now, if you hear what I'm saying, those same albums you just spoke about, right? That you said is fire, right? Were they well organized? Did it seem like it's well planned out? The beat selection, the artists that are on the beats, the whole scheme of the project, you know, from the intro to the outro. Was it like an old back, you know what I mean? Like a well thought out album.
I got what you're saying.
That's-
Well, I think Rakim.
Right.
Rakim was doing
Let me
this.
tell
This was a free range album for him. He was just
I'm
probably
gonna say
testing
this
the
about
waters.
Ghostface album was arranged top to bottom fire. Ghostface still had the nostalgia when he did the movie skits and all that. He still had that. He still can rap. When you see him perform, he still get busy. He said it himself. He's probably going to die on stage rapping. He's going to do this forever. And I respect that. You got to listen to that album again because he has some great production on it. He had Swiss. I believe he had Alchemist. He had Kanye. I think
that's my problem with the album. Like, okay.
On this album.
All right, so let me talk about this now. Like Ghostface album.
Right? He had
the joint with him and Memphis crazy.
All right, let me say this. Certain producers and certain artists don't go together. Right? Okay. Like Clip. I'm listening to Clip's beats. I would say Clip will go good with Davies. Clip will go good with Redman.
Jim Jones.
Nah,
I don't know about Jim.
Nah, I'm not a Jim guy, but I got joints with Jim if I really wanted to, but I mean, it ain't really.
But the beats that I heard, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The just like you said with Ghostface, you got who did you say was on who produced this joint?
Easy LP, Bambi, Scavo, T the Human, Ghost did a beat himself. I personally feel like the beats were okay on this album. They weren't whack, but they were okay. I feel like Ghost sounds his best when he's with Fourth Disciple, RZA. I feel like he sound Pete Rock when he got Pete Rock joints, he go crazy.
Come on.
I feel like there's a certain sound that us Ghost fans like from him that we didn't get on this album that we normally get on other Ghost albums.
Right? You said Dave East run.
Say what?
Dave East. You said Dave East. I said
Dave East. Those beats that I got from Clip.
Yeah.
I hear Dave East on a few of them joints.
I was a big fan of Dave East, man. After a while, I'm like, what happened to him?
He started rap. I'm gonna keep it out, and there's no disrespect to my Southern people. When he started using a Southern cadence, and he started, I'm not gonna say mimicking, but when he started embracing more of the West Coast culture in his style, I felt like that hindered him from being what
changed.
Yeah, it hindered him from what we liked him for. Mm-hmm. He was just rapping like a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Yes, rap like a New Yorker. That's what we like you for. That's the style that we want to hear. That was the breath of fresh air that we wanted, was that authentic New York City flow, the light air and all of that slang that block. That's the Dave East that I wanted to hear. Not saying that his new music ain't good, because some of it is actually I like the album with Mike and Keys. I like that album a lot. But I think that when he started rapping fast and doing this other stuff, it was like that's cool, East, but nah, I need this other stuff.
We need a Black Rose mixtape, East.
I mean, well, me and my bro Marv worked on that Black Rose East, so I know exactly what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, that Black Rose.
Yeah, niggas, we did the Free Charlie record on there. So
what?
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like, I know the East that everybody want to hear. The problem is East willing enough to take a step back and work with let the producers that's making these records guide him into this lane where artists nowadays don't do that. They don't let the producers guide them. They take the beats, go and record, put it out. Nah, dog. This got to be structured a certain way. And that's the difference of the era of back then and now. And I think that's what Ron is saying. Like, yo, this Ghost album ain't structured the way it's supposed to be structured for the sound of Ghost that we love so much.
Right. Even Rakim's album. Rakim's album is just not structured right.
I knew what to expect from Rakim. I'm not expecting to get a Rakim Eric B type of album. I knew that ship sailed when he dropped 18th Letter. I knew it was over then.
Like 18th Letter, bro.
Like I knew it was over when he did that because
that was the last Rakim album I ever listened to, besides the new one. And now to move on real quick, right? Because we got to go to Chino XL before we cut out. Now, real quick, I want everybody to go check out a Law School in Mecca's page, and on there, Inf Mega, the God Born King, and King's Son, and the guy who was behind Rakim's album in the cover, they're on there talking about the first cover and the way it looked, with it having a universal flag that wasn't right and exact.
I heard
that.
So
the guards got on their case about it, and now you see the cover that you see now that's being promoted, right? So there's a whole backstory behind that. So I want y'all to check that out. Do the knowledge on that. The guards are still here, still making sure everything is right and exact. So let's go on.
Still G.
Real quick, group chat so I can see.
Put it in the group chat. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just text it to you. But now let's go on to Chino XL. Rest in peace to Chino XL, bro. I can't believe that man is gone, man.
I can. Well, I'm not gonna say I can, but I don't want to say it like that. But
I've been seeing all on my timeline, so it's like I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Bro.
I don't want to sound like an ignorant fool, not like that. God bless the man, because I don't wish death on no human being. But I really wasn't checking for Chino XL as an artist. I'm gonna just keep it. I'm not saying he couldn't rap. It just once Pac said Chino XL too, it was kind of like, yeah, I'm good on you. I don't really need to.
Yo, but that dude was nice though.
I agree with you, Clip.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying his album covers didn't like nothing gravitated. Nothing that he did gravitated me to him musically. The last time I remember seeing Chino XL, he was on some Cinemax porn, like in the early 2000s. I'm just keeping it a buck. That was I think it was like something erotica's story, something. You know them Cinemax movies, them B-grade Cinemax.
Yeah.
They used to come out back in the day, like that's the last time I saw the God, right? So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying Chino XL, he wasn't whack, right? He wasn't a whack MC. No. Lyrically, he was sharp as a tack. Like, we ain't gonna take that away from him. But it was like I really wasn't checking for him. He's like, you know who he reminds me of? He's in the lane of Tech Nine and them. Like Tech Nine, we know you super duper nice. We know that you can rap. But musically, I'm not going in the pop a Tech Nine project.
Right, but yo, let's talk about this though. He was 50 years old, passed on now, right? So we're in our 40s. Now, my thing is, just like Trev said, every time I look at my timeline, people dying off. Yo, what the fuck is happening right now, yo?
The inevitable.
That lifestyle.
It's just life, bro. As we get older, people are gonna you're gonna see more and more people die. It's just what it is. That's something that we got to understand, that this is gonna happen. And as we get older, that's what life does. It makes you more humble. It makes you understand that, yo, we only gonna be here for a certain period of time, and then it's over.
You don't borrow time.
But it's going. That's what it is.
It's
We
just
just
like,
feel young, so it's like, I still feel young. Cool, we good. I just saw you. You good? Blah 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 blah. But life is going life, yo.
Yeah.
but on another note, nobody is really making that Social Security age no more. When you think about it, like a lot of us that's in our 40s, what's the girl that just died too? The actress.
Oh, Erica something. She was 46.
46. And I'm like, oh shit, like we don't know when our day is gonna come, but we know it's closer than it's shorter, because it's like closer than longer, I mean, but it's like we're not reaching the 60, 70, 80 mark. A lot of us aren't doing that. Even though we working out and just trying to eat right and exercise, we just be where shit can happen. Like you said, life will life, and it be some dumb shit that happened with two other niggas that ain't got nothing to do with you. You could just get hit. It's just wild that we're not making those ages no more. Like,
but I remember, it's a lot of reasons why we're not making those ages. Food consumption is not the same. That's number one.
True.
Everything that we consume now is some sort of product that damage your health.
Yep, GMO.
You know what I'm saying? Every single thing, right? We remember we grew up with our grandparents, but everything they was eating was home cooked meals. They was not eating out all the time. Everything was a home cooked meal. You go to your grandmother's house or you live with your grandmother, every day it was a home cooked meal, something made from scratch. It wasn't all of this chemicals and this extra like that we consuming now, and that's 95% of it.
And drinking herbs.
The food you know what I'm saying? The food that we consume and the lifestyle. That look at our lifestyle compared to their lifestyle back then is different. We want to party, be at the bar. We want to smoke. We want to drink. We want to do all this still in our 40s and 30s and 40s. You're wilding. We're wilding. We can't keep doing that. Granted, I got my little vape, you know, whatever, but like I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, we can't. I don't go partying every night and every weekend and drinking and going to the bar. Nah, dog, that's gonna catch up. How we gonna keep poison in our body? Every night we throwing poison in our body.
Can we be honest? Some of us look younger than the younger generation.
Some of us do. So I know I really don't. I found that old man face starting to really come in there, but I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to accept that this is what it is. Be like, this is life. Now I could go, you know, hit the gym, lose a little weight, get a little bit better, but overall, that old man graze is here. It's here to stay. I got to accept it. I be trying to get rid of them, shaving and all that. To be right back, like more. Like, nah, dog, you got to take that.
You saying Chino? So you saying Chino XL's death at 50 years old? I mean, like for me, it was kind of shocking because it's just so many people dying. Yo, he was always working out.
Yeah, but we forget that he got popped. Now he got popped 3 times too.
Oh wow!
People forget that he got shot in the past 3 times. You don't know how that's going to affect your body later on down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then you know what? We only see. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be working out in the gym doing that.
We don't know nothing. We just know, like, we don't know what type of lifestyle he was on.
Yeah,
exactly. You don't know what person eating. You don't know who he got beef with. Like, it's just a lot of stuff can happen now, and working out just ain't it. It's
we don't know the reason. We haven't found the cause of his death. We just know he died. We don't know what the reason for his death was yet. That hasn't been put out to the public. I don't think it really should. I really think that should be kept to his family and whatever. And if they decide the family wants to put that out publicly, that's on them. But, you know, rest in peace to the God. You know what I mean? He was an ill lyricist. I never heard none of his albums in full. So I'm not going to sit here and say, you know what I'm saying? I know the freestyles that I heard on Sway and Tech and all of that was dope. But Me being a diehard Pac fan, I couldn't rock with the homie. You can't violate my guy like that and think I'm going to support you. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but I was rolling with the God Pac. That's just me. I was rolling with, and shout out to Chino XL because he's a New York native. Even though most of his shine came from Cali, he's a New York native though. You know what I'm saying? From the Bronx. So we give enough love and shout out to him because I will never disrespect him or his family. So I don't want to come crazy or nothing like that. Because I don't want that energy to come back to me. I just got to be honest. When Pac said Chino XL F you too, that was it for me. I really wasn't going like I couldn't. I was riding with the guy.
Mind, young age.
I'm riding with the guy who I saw film Juice right on Convent. So I'm rolling with that. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but that's just me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I saw Pac film Juice. It's a different love over here. You know what I mean? Like
shout out to my uncle AD was with him when he was on tour with Latif and Digital Underground.
It's a different real love. It's a different love. Like I'm to be honest with you. I was kind of siding with Pac with Big too. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm just being honest. Like
don't feel bad. I'm from Brooklyn. I used to get help for that. They're like, "What kind of Brooklyn dude are you, bro?" I'm like, "I'm with Pac." I'm sorry.
No disrespect. I mean, I'm from Harlem. You know, back in the day, it was a Harlem Brooklyn thing. You know, I'm rolling with the rapper that was born in Harlem. I'm just letting you know, like
Yo, we're gonna wrap this up because we're going into the next podcast on Indigenous People of America. I just want to make sure y'all hear this beat right here. This is Clip's beat. All the beats that
it's Brother Clip.
Check us out on the next podcast.
Light it!
About 4 minutes. Thank y'all for tuning in today. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that super chat. Don't forget about us. Don't forget about us on that super chat. And we're out of here. Peace to everybody. See you on the next one.